What makes you close it immediately, the pitch decks?
If I don't, let's go back to the first experience. So I normally won't close a pitch deck on the first slide, but I'll get very close. It'll get me to maybe 80% I'm ready to close the deck, and I'll just wait for the next slide to confirm. And the very first slide or the very first thing that completely kills my attention is if it's not clear. I have no idea. The problem is complex. It's a paragraph, and I have no idea, or it's got so many bullet points. If I don't understand, then I'll be pretty much 95, 99% ready to close the deck. And I may, out of curiosity, if it's really bad, I might look at the next slide just to see how bad it is. But that's pretty much where I know. Like, I can pretty much tell if I'm going to look at the rest of the pitch deck. If I'm thinking from an investor perspective, in the first 30 seconds, I'll know.
Talk about the problem slide. What works now? How detailed should founders get into the problem?
You should get detailed enough to make the investor want to go through the rest of the deck. You don't have to put everything in your problem slide, and it should be detailed enough, but at the same time, the key is to be concise. And I've talked with founders, I've talked with investors, and probably Y Combinator says this the most is that if you can make it concise, that really does exemplify the type of founder that is confident, that I don't have to, if you go to a meeting or if you're going to a networking event and someone just shakes their hand, like back in the day, I used to have this introduction instead of, oh, this is what I do, this is my background, this is my degree, and this is my company. And you give someone like a complete, 5-minute elevator pitch right when you meet them. I used to shake people's hands and I used to say, hi, my name is Ed. I monetize vision. That's it. Just straightforward. And then everybody would be a little stunned and they would say, you do what? Can you just explain? And then I'd have the next part of the elevator pitch and I'd slowly draw them into the conversation. And it's the same thing as the problem slide on a pitch deck. The more concise that you can get it, then the better it's going to be. But as long as you can present something that this is a preview and this is very clearly the problem that I'm solving and it's concise, while at the same time, you can have something that I say it needs to be compelling. And if it's a little contrarian in there that I'm looking at something other people aren't looking at, and you're giving a little preview. You don't have to explain it all right up front, but if you can explain that I'm going to take you on a journey that you maybe didn't expect, then those are how you stack more power into that problem slide to get others interested.